Michael Jackson. I was born listening to Michael Jackson. That was the first music I've ever listened to when I was a child. And throughout my household, we all love Michael Jackson. Just watching him and listening to his music. I can never be in a bad mood when I'm listening to him.
Yeah, Michael Jackson is definitely the person to a lot of people aspire from. That's pretty awesome.
Now, for let's say, for some modern influences here, who are some rappers out there, some hip hop artists today that are real big right now that are really inspiring to you? That you listen to one of their tracks and you're just like, man, I got to do something like this.
Childish Gambino, he's amazing. I think he's a genius. I
Nice,
love
good
his
choice.
creativity. Yeah, I love his creativity. I would love to work with him if he ever answers me, I would say yes in a minute. Like, yes, let's make music.
Awesome.
Because when I listen to your music, I hear a little bit of Will Smith in there.
Oh, I love Will Smith.
So I thought perhaps he was a little bit inspiration to you too.
Oh yeah, I definitely listen to Will Smith music.
All right, anybody in the chat room? Because the chat room is wide open. Any questions you have for Classic? Now is the time to do it. If you guys like to call in and ask Classic something, I'll give you guys a phone number and I'll put it in the chat room too. The number is 360-464-4216. And I'll put this in the chat room too. Hang on a minute. Any questions at all? Go for it.
Yeah, I have a music video that I'm currently shooting for. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to have to, leave you guys. I'm terribly sorry, but it's going to be for cruising. Get ready for it, and I will let you know when the music video comes out.
Okay, real question though.
Awesome. Hey, it was good to have you.
Before you take off, do you have any questions for us?
What's up?
Before you take off, do you have any questions for us at all?
Yes, I do have a question for you guys. I was wondering, do you guys sponsor any tours or shows? Because I would definitely love to come over to Seattle and, do like whatever you guys would, want and stuff like that.
That is soon to be happening. It could be in the works. I did have a meeting with a venue here in Tacoma, so it could possibly happen. So I'll keep it.
Oh, smooth.
Yep.
Perfect. Perfect. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Okay, you have fun shooting your video. Okay.
All right. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
All right. Bye.
Bye. Okay, guys. So Classic's gone. Sorry about the short. He's doing a music video right now. Who he's still on the phone with us.
Oh, wait, yeah, I am. I'm sorry. I got sidetracked.
You're getting away.
All right. All right, now it's bye this time. All right, goodbye, guys.
Later, man.
Okay, so sorry about that, guys. That was Classic. He's in the process of shooting his music video right now, which I hope we get to see the aftermath of that of the music. So very strong, very very busy young man.
Oh, definitely. I'm reminded of a couple of people around here that kind of had my notice for a little while, that were really, really big in the hip hop scene, and were really making some waves. And their philosophy, which I've heard from more than one person in different places around the world, is no days off. And Classic very obviously ascribes to that no days off philosophy.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, when you're in the music business and someone say, "Hey, I got this project," you gotta get on the ball and do it. You know.
Oh yeah, I mean it's tempting just to kind of like you get with your friends and you just want to hang out, have some fun, and do whatever you're gonna do, and you just kind of forget that. Oh yeah, I can always go back and do some recordings for that later. Well, maybe you can't. Maybe you don't got time. Maybe that time for that's going to pass you by and later doesn't show up. So you got to take your time now if you're serious about it.
Absolutely. I remember there's a few things. I mean, for me, I'm going to go back to my freelance graphic design. When I just started getting going, I would get up a certain hour, like I'm getting ready to go to work. And my cousin didn't understand, why are you getting up this early in the morning for when you work for yourself? All because I still have to keep working hours and get up and do things. And so it takes a lot of willingness to actually keep the show going and keep yourself going, because you got to motivate yourself to get up and go to work, because you got clients you got to actually, work for. Maybe by working yourself, you're on your client's time too.
Absolutely. I mean, working for yourself is still working, and you still, even if you don't have a schedule necessarily, even if you don't have, a regular 9-to-5 kind of thing, you're putting in the work. So, definitely.
Yes. So this is very
unusual. Now,
Go ahead.
Well, we're kind of on the subject too. I know you're not a big hip hop fan.
No.
Else, but from hip hop that you have heard, what have you enjoyed? Like, are there some artists that you can say, I like this guy. He's pretty good. Well, other than classic, of course.
Right. Well, in the past, Will, I keep wanting to say Will Wheaton, but he's not there. That's the actor. Will,
I think he chose a slightly different career path.
Yeah, right. Will Smith, DJ Jazzy Jeff, went back in when we first came out, and he was the first one I really intrigued. So when I first heard classic, he reminded me of very young Will Smith. And then also, what's that rap artist name? Of course, Mix a lot. And Fat Boys. See, I like danceable music. And then if I can dance to it, I'll listen to it. But if it's too much, like, not danceable, I have a hard time getting into it. I guess it's more what I'm into when I hear music. Even with heavy metal, I know I mentioned I don't really care for heavy metal either, but if it's kind of more rock and rolling than hearing someone scream on top of the microphone, I'm into that too. So
there is a lot of really bad kind of just noise metal that's just not musical in any capacity, but once you start kind of digging and getting really into it, you can find an awful lot of really good metal too. But I mean, we'll get there with some good metal artists on the show at some point.
Oh yeah, I got a few metal musicians actually I've been talking to, but I haven't really got them on the show just yet. I'm not too sure why, but I haven't really come around to get anybody on the air just yet. Snoop Doggy Dogg is okay. He's funny looking too. But Marjorie, sorry, I got into, didn't really tell you guys. Marjorie Delaney is said in the chat room, Snoop Dogg. Yes, Snoop Dogg is pretty cool. I like some of his music. He's also funny looking, and he's also a character, and so he has a great personality. So I do like Snoop Dogg. And Sweet says something about melodies are key. Yeah, melodies are key. Yes.
And that's kind of that's how I lean to as far as any of the hip hop that I enjoy. Like, I wouldn't say I was the biggest hip hop fan in the world either, but the stuff that I do enjoy is by people like Del, the Funky Homo Sapien. If you've never heard of him, he's got a long, funny name, but he's a really, really excellent lyricist, and usually his music, he has a producer by the name of Dan the Automator. Automator is the pronunciation I'm looking for there. But he does all of his music for him, and it's just excellent stuff. It's not the same old all the time, and it's just really good and really excellent. And for anybody who's ever heard the track that a band called the Gorillaz put out quite a ways back, came out, and they had a guest rapping on it, that was Del. So you may have heard of him and not known it.
Wow.
But very good dude, very awesome. Another artist that I really enjoy is LP, EL-P. He's another really excellent. He does a lot of sci-fi inspired hip hop, which is really kind of interesting. You don't get a lot of that in modern hip hop. You get more, about parties and about that kind of stuff and relationships and whatnot. But you don't get a lot of stuff telling stories like that. And his music is really excellent too. He does his own production and really does all of his own work. And he's had a lot of guests on his stuff too. He had an album produced by Trent Reznor of Nine Inch Nails, oddly enough, which is how I kind of got in touch with his music, being a huge Nine Inch Nails fan, as I've said many times, and just excellent stuff. So if you're looking for some hip hop, and whether you like or maybe you just don't like hear radio, check out Del. He's got a couple albums under the name Deltron that are some of my favorites, and LP, EL-P.
Put that in the chat room so people will actually know what you are talking to. Then maybe we can copy and paste it onto Google. Ha! And then we can look it up. Because Marjorie put out Outcast and looked that up, and very interesting graphics. But it looks like it's more like a video game series.
Well, kind of. They kind of have that image that they do, which is a really nice thing to see, because you don't always see that from hip hop these days too. You've got the mainstream hip hop that has a particular kind of look, and there's not a lot of variation. So Outlast has that kind of, they got an all-around good package, really. I mean, I don't know if I have a lot of their work in my own collection. Probably not, because, like I said, most of my hip-hop leanings are relatively recent, and so I have kind of a small collection as far as that goes. But still, good stuff.
Cool. Okay, I'm going to copy and paste what you just put on in the chat room. Check that out real quick. Exploring new things here, people.
Yes, we're expanding horizons.
Yes. Let's see here. Get that one. Huh. Fascinating. Looking up the Deltron, is at least is what it is?
Mm-hmm. Deltron. His latest album actually had an intro read by Joseph Gordon-Levitt, who, actor, been in a lot of big stuff lately. Really, really talented guy. So he's got kind of friends in all kinds of places. One of his guests on his album was the Lonely Island comedy group, if anybody knows them. Hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
So, he works with a lot of big people and a lot of interesting people. And his stuff always has kind of a message to it. It's not just, about what's going on in the moment. It's about what goes on in the future and ways we can keep that from happening if it's bad, or keep good things from happening if it's good.
Yeah, Deltron actually has a really cool tattoo in there, too. I want that tattoo now. That is awesome tattoo. I'm going to like it now. Click like. See how easy that is? Only because of the tattoo. I'll have to listen to the music.
Social media, ladies and gentlemen. Social media.
I mean, I have Deltron 30. But yeah, that tattoo's kind of awesome. Now it'll be all about the tattoo and not the musician itself.
Hey, you gotta start somewhere. If you like the look, you might as well start there and then go for the music afterwards. One thing leads to the other.
Okay, now we're gonna look at L-P. Ooh, he's hot.
See? Already.
And like... Really sorry I can't redo this one. You talking about? I can like it. there.